Courage is the ability to embrace what we don't understand. Because I know anybody can accept and embrace something that they do understand.
Things that are unfortunate, sometimes things that we idiotically cause to ourselves, sometimes things completely out of our control that people cause to us.
I gotta be honest with you, when it comes to relationship pain and when it comes to heartbreak, it's a drive-through only matter. You can't go around it, you can't avoid it.
Life is not easy at all. There's going to be challenges. You're going to get beat down. That's the way life is. You say to sort of put a mask on your face. And you go home and lay in your bed when no one's looking at you. And you don't have to impress anybody. And you yourself, and fear comes. And maybe you don't know for sure what's going to be happening in the future. And it scares you, just that fear paralyzes. You and I just want to ask you today, dude. You think you'd have hope at some point. Everything's going to go south on you. Everything's going to go south. And you're going to say, this is it. This is how I end.
True courage is when you find yourself in the midst of an opposition, piece of adversity or situation, and when you're in the midst of it, you're thinking, man, how did this happen and how did I get here? But you still have a certain level of perspective to say, even though I don't understand it, even though I don't like it, I can still trust God even though I can't trace God. And so when you speak about redirection, I'll never forget, like a couple days ago, you had the September 11th incident, terrible situation. A lot of people lost their lives, senseless act, right? And so I'll never forget when I was at Tennessee, I was doing some research. I was in my master's program and I was doing some research on the situation. And I remember watching a particular clip.
Biological mom was 17 when she got pregnant with me. I know I like to joke, I'm not joking. On the day I was born, my mother left me at the hospital when I was born. What that means to you is that I'm an orphan. On my birth certificate, it says Josh Shipp, orphan of the court / ward of the state. As if to say, Josh, welcome. Your life's probably going to be pretty messed up. Your life is now determined from this one unfortunate situation. I'm not saying everyone in this room has been left at the hospital. Obviously not. I'm not saying everyone had a difficult childhood. Obviously not. My point is, all of us in this room have had and will face challenges.
There are times when anything that can happen will happen.
Life happens. The unexpected, the uncalled for, the unintentional. We've been damaged emotionally, damaged spiritually.
It may be your business. It may be your heart that is broken today. It may be the number in your bank account that is screaming, you are broke.
You can break physically, you can break mentally, you can break your heart, you can break your spirit, and all of those are gonna leave a mark. The mark that they leave can be the mark of victory, or it can be the mark of defeat.
I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. Now I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood the concept. Having something to fall back on if I'm going to fall. I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit fall forward. This is what I mean.
And a lot of people didn't speak about it because a lot of people didn't know about it. So in turn, Pastor, they talked about this one gentleman that worked in one of the buildings. In that morning, I'll never forget, they said he was getting ready to leave home and his wife came to him and said, hey, can you take our daughter to kindergarten today? And he responded, I really can't do it. I really need to get to work. And the wife says, can you please do it? I really need you to do this. I really need to get to work, is what he said. I really need to get to work. The wife responds again, please, can you take her to kindergarten? He accepted.
By the time I was 8, I lived in a dozen different foster homes. One foster home, 15 kids lived there. Ages 5 to 21. There's a place they stuck you while they figured out what we're gonna do with this kid. There was a 21-year-old man who lived in that house, came into the room I was staying in, raped every kid in the room. As an 8-year-old in that instant, I made the decision. I hate myself, I hate my life. Screw it, I'm done. I was so angry, so defiant, because this one adult burned me, broke my trust. I thought, I can't trust anyone. I can't let anyone in. I don't want to ever get hurt and burned like that again. I medicated myself by eating food. That made me feel great. I was very short, got very overweight. Every day I would go to school, there was a new fat joke about me.
Every human has what it takes to get past whatever they're going through if they decide to. Tragedy and trials come to everybody. Only the strong survive.
Fight isn't over. The fight is just beginning. You have the opportunity to show the world what you are really made of.
I need you to look at that sickness that's going on in your life right now, whatever it is. I want you to say, I can beat it. I can beat it. I will beat it. I must. I got a family to live for. I ain't through yet. My life ain't over yet. There's some things in life you don't need no degree for. You don't need no money for it. You don't need no support for it. There's some things in life you just gonna get through when you tell yourself, I'm gonna get through this.
Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that I didn't know that? Because the 1,001st was the light bulb fall forward. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. I'm telling you, embrace it. Because it's inevitable. And I should know. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back.
Situations that happen that was out of their control. And when you think about when things happen, the first thing we try to do as individuals, how can I control it and how can I manage it? And if I can't control it and manage it, now I'm frustrated and I'm mad about it. In the words of an older gentleman, he told me one day, he said, young man, you can't speed up the river and you can't slow it down. At a certain point, you gotta have some faith. How many times do we get redirected and we don't know what we're being protected from and we're fussing and we're mad about it? Like, it's an amazing thing. Now when things happen, my perspective is totally different.
No matter how many times you fail,
There is within you a spirit that is greater than whatever is going on around you.
If you would be willing to fight your way through this battle, fight your way through cancer, fight your way through that academic struggle, fight your way through divorce, fight your way through it. If you are willing to fight your way through that singing career, fight your way through boxing, fight your way through football, I'm telling you, at the end of the fight is going to come victory.
We all get knocked down in every aspect of life. You're going to fall flat on your face. You're going to be criticized when you come out into the arena called life. You're going to feel awkward and stupid and dumb sometimes, but it's okay. It goes with the territory. You got to get messed up sometimes. You got to get dirty. You got to get your feelings hurt. You got to get disappointed. You got to get told no. You go ask somebody for some money. You got